The galaxy was full of civilizations far older and stronger than humans. The alien council often looked at Earth and thought it was weak. They believed humans were simple, peaceful, and not a threat. Admiral Kiro stood on the bridge of the Earth's command ship, watching the stars. He could feel the tension in the air. Humans had always been underestimated, and now the signs were clear. Alien scouts had come close to Earth, and their curiosity was mixed with contempt. Captain Mina, one of Kiro's most trusted officers, was analyzing the alien signals. "They think we cannot fight back," she said quietly. Kiro nodded. He knew she was right. Humanity had faced challenges before, but nothing like this. The Council believed humans would be easy to control or ignore. They had no idea what humans were capable of when they united. In the cities of Earth, people carried on their lives, unaware of the alien eyes watching them. Scientists, engineers, and pilots were quietly preparing for a future the world had never imagined. June, a young pilot, checked his ship's systems for the 100th time. He had trained his whole life for this, and he felt ready. The aliens thought humans were weak, but humans had strength in ways the aliens could not measure. When the first scout ship appeared near Earth, it moved with confidence. The aliens believed no human fleet could stop them, but Earth had been observing, learning, and adapting. Kiro gave the order to deploy defensive ships. They were small and simple compared to alien warships, but their speed and clever tactics gave humans an edge. The scouts were met with an unexpected resistance. Human ships dodged with precision, used decoys, and launched attacks from surprising angles. The aliens were confused. They had expected an easy victory. Mina shouted orders from the tactical console. June, flank their left side. Hyun, prepare the electromagnetic pulse. Human coordination was fast and precise. They worked as a single unit, thinking ahead and reacting to the aliens' every move. The scouts, once confident, were now struggling. Kiro watched calmly, knowing this was only the beginning. The humans had a resilience that the aliens could not understand. They fought with courage, creativity, and unity. Meanwhile, the Alien Council received reports of the skirmish. General Lethar, the council leader, frowned. He could not believe what he was seeing. Humans were not just surviving, they were challenging their fleet. This small victory on the outskirts of Earth was a shock. Lethar had assumed humans would run or surrender. But now, the Council had to reconsider their assumptions. Humans were unpredictable, and that made them dangerous. On the Earth fleet, Kiro addressed his crew. "We cannot underestimate them or ourselves. Today, we have shown that humans are strong. But the real challenge is ahead. The Council will not ignore this. They will send more forces. We must be ready." The crew nodded. Each one felt a mixture of fear and determination. They knew the fight was just beginning. Back on Earth, civilians started noticing strange phenomena in the sky, lights moving in unusual patterns. News channels reported unexplained events, but the full story was kept secret. Only a few trusted people knew the truth. Humanity was no longer defenseless. Earth had been preparing in silence, building fleets, studying alien technology, and training pilots for a war that the world had never seen coming. June and his squadron were sent on a reconnaissance mission. They moved quietly, observing the alien movements. The aliens were testing Earth's defenses, probing for weaknesses. But the humans had learned. They anticipated attacks and set traps. June smiled as his ship executed a perfect maneuver, forcing an alien vessel to retreat. Every small victory built confidence. Every small battle proved humans could fight back. The Council began discussing Earth in secret meetings. "We underestimated them," Lethar admitted. "They are small, yes, but their coordination is remarkable. They think differently. We cannot rely on numbers alone. We need a new plan." Other Council members argued. Some wanted to destroy Earth immediately. Others feared that attacking would reveal more human potential. They realized the situation was more dangerous than expected. Kiro continued training his fleet, preparing for what was coming. He held simulations, tested strategies, and encouraged his officers to think creatively. Humans were not strong because of their ships or weapons, They were strong because of their minds, their unity, and their determination. Mina developed new tactics, combining old human strategies with alien technology captured during previous skirmishes. The humans were learning quickly. In the cities, engineers worked on new designs for warships, scientists created advanced sensors, and pilots trained tirelessly. Every citizen contributed in some way. Even though most did not see the battle firsthand, they felt part of something greater. Earth was no longer a simple planet. It was a planet ready to defend itself, ready to show the galaxy that humans could not be ignored. As night fell, Kiro walked along the command deck, watching the stars. The first skirmish had been won, but he knew it was only the beginning. Humans had shown that they could fight back, but the council would come with more force. He looked at Mina and said, "They thought we were weak. They will soon learn the truth." She nodded, understanding that this was a turning point. The galaxy would no longer see Earth as powerless. Humanity's strength was quiet, patient, and now it was awakening. The next day, reports came in of alien scouts withdrawing. It was a small victory, but significant. The council's arrogance had been shaken. Humans had fought back and survived. Kiro called a meeting with his officers. "We have shown them that humans can fight, but we must be ready for what comes next. The galaxy will not forget today." Every officer felt the weight of the responsibility, but also a surge of pride. Humanity's story was just beginning, and for the first time, the galaxy saw that humans were not weak. They were clever, united, and capable of great courage. The sun rose over Earth, shining on cities filled with people unaware of the war brewing in space. But the humans in the fleet knew the truth. They had defended their home and sent a message to the galaxy. Never underestimate humanity. Kiro stood at the bridge, looking at the stars, knowing that the real challenge was still ahead. But for the first time, humans had proven their strength. They had survived the first test, and their vengeance, though quiet for now, was ready to be unleashed. Humans on Earth had been preparing quietly for years. The Alien Council still believed humans were weak, but Admiral Kiro and his officers knew the truth. Humans had the ability to think, adapt, and work together in ways the aliens could not predict. The Council had sent small scouts before, but now it was clear that humans could respond with intelligence and strategy. Kiro stood on the bridge of the command ship, looking at the star maps. He could see the paths the aliens might take, and he was already planning counterattacks. Captain Mina worked at the tactical station, analyzing every signal coming from the alien fleets. She had a calm focus, her fingers moving quickly over the controls. She noticed a pattern in the alien movements that could be used against them. "We can predict their next move," she said. Kiro nodded. They needed every advantage they could get. On Earth, engineers and scientists worked in harmony. Hyun, a young engineer, tested new weapons that could disable alien ships without destroying them. Sumin, a scientist, studied the alien technology captured during previous skirmishes. Together, they developed ways to improve human ships and create traps for the invaders. The humans were small in number, but their cleverness made them dangerous. Kiro called a meeting with his senior officers. "The council believes we are weak, but we have strength they cannot see. We must show them that humans are not to be underestimated." June, a pilot who had fought in the first skirmish, spoke up. "We can use our speed and knowledge of tactics to surprise them. We don't need to match their numbers." Everyone agreed. Humans would rely on strategy and ingenuity rather than brute force. The first step was reconnaissance. Pilots like June and his teammate Hygiene took their ships into deep space to observe alien movements. They flew close to enemy patrols, dodging detection and recording their positions. Every detail mattered. The aliens thought they were invisible, but humans were learning quickly. They understood the aliens' strengths and weaknesses, and they used that knowledge to plan attacks. Meanwhile, on Earth, civilians continued their lives, unaware of the growing tension in space. Schools, factories, and cities functioned normally, but behind the scenes, the human military worked tirelessly. Kiro met with leaders from other departments to coordinate their efforts. "We are preparing for the day the council decides to strike," he said. "We will be ready." There was determination in his voice that inspired everyone in the room. As the humans prepared, the alien council began to notice the unusual resistance. General Lethar, their leader, was becoming concerned. "These humans are not as weak as we thought," he admitted during a council meeting. "They are learning and adapting quickly. We cannot rely on our usual tactics." Other council members argued, some wanting immediate destruction, others suggesting caution. The aliens realized that underestimating humans could be dangerous. Kiro and Mina worked on new strategies. They simulated attacks on alien ships using virtual models, testing every possible scenario. Sumin and Hyun provided insights from their studies of alien technology, suggesting modifications to human weapons and ships. The humans were creating new tactics faster than the council expected. Each improvement made the fleet stronger and more unpredictable. June and Hyjin went on another scouting mission. They encountered a small alien patrol near a distant asteroid belt. Using their speed and clever maneuvers, they managed to evade detection while gathering valuable information. June realized that humans had an advantage in creativity. While the aliens relied on sheer numbers and technology, humans used thinking and teamwork. Every mission gave the fleet more knowledge and confidence. Back on the command ship, Kiro gathered his officers. "We must be ready for a counterattack," he said. "The council will send larger fleets, but we have learned from our previous encounters. We know their patterns, and we can strike at the right moment." Mina nodded, plotting possible attack routes on her console. Every officer understood the importance of preparation. Humans could not afford mistakes. In secret shipyards, engineers were constructing new warships. These ships were faster and more maneuverable than older models. Weapons were upgraded to disable enemy systems rather than destroy them outright. Sumin and Hyun tested new shields that could absorb alien energy blasts. Every improvement made humans more capable of surviving and fighting back. The council had no idea how much humans had grown in skill and technology. One day, a signal came from the alien scouts near Earth. They were moving in a formation designed to probe human defenses. Kiro and his officers quickly devised a plan. Humans would let the scouts advance, then trap them using decoys and coordinated attacks. June and Hyjin prepared their ships, ready to lead the operation. Mina coordinated the fleet from the command ship, tracking every movement and giving orders in real time. The operation began. Human ships appeared from hidden positions, surprising the alien scouts. Decoy ships lured the aliens into narrow paths where humans had set traps. Electromagnetic pulses temporarily disabled enemy systems, and human ships used speed and agility to strike quickly before retreating. The aliens were confused and frustrated. They had not expected such clever tactics from the humans. The mission was a success. Several alien ships were forced to retreat, and humans captured important data about their technology and fleet movements. Kiro watched the results on his screen and allowed himself a small smile. This victory was proof that humans could fight back and win, even against stronger enemies. The council would have to reconsider their assumptions about humanity. After the operation, the fleet returned to Earth. Pilots were greeted as heroes, and the command staff reviewed the captured data. Sumin and Hyun analyzed the information, suggesting further improvements to weapons and shields. Kiro praised everyone for their efforts. "We are proving that humans are capable. This is just the beginning. The council will not underestimate us again." On Earth, civilians continued their daily lives, still unaware of the growing war in space. But for the humans in the fleet, the reality was clear. The alien council had underestimated them, and that mistake would cost the aliens dearly in the future. Kiro knew that humanity had begun to awaken as a force to be reckoned with, and every day of preparation brought them closer to the time when Earth would strike back fully. The next morning, Kiro walked along the bridge, looking at the star-filled sky. He thought about the council and the galaxy that had dismissed humanity as weak. He thought about the fleet, the pilots, the engineers, and the scientists who had worked so hard. Humans had strength that the aliens could not see. Strength in thinking, in unity, and in courage. And now, that strength was ready to be tested on a scale the galaxy had never witnessed. The humans of Earth were no longer just a peaceful civilization. They were a rising power, quietly preparing to show the galaxy what they were capable of. The humans of Earth had learned quickly from their previous encounters. Admiral Kiro stood on the bridge of the command ship, observing the alien fleets through the long-range sensors. The aliens thought they knew humans, but humans had grown stronger and smarter. Captain Mina pointed at a holographic display. "Their formations are predictable now," she said. "We can strike where they are weakest." Kiro nodded, knowing that this was the moment to show the galaxy what humans could do. June and Hygiene prepared their squadrons for a deep space strike. The plan was simple but risky. They would ambush an alien outpost that had been harassing nearby star systems. Human ships were smaller and faster than the alien warships, but their tactics would make the difference. Every pilot knew the stakes. The humans wanted to show that Earth was not weak, that their fleet could act with precision and power. Hyun and Sumin worked on the warship systems, enhancing shields and weapons for the attack. Hyun had developed a new targeting system that allowed faster lock-on and coordination between ships. Sumin had modified the energy weapons to disable alien engines temporarily, preventing large-scale destruction but making the enemy vulnerable. The humans wanted to win not by brute force but by intelligence and strategy. As the fleet approached the alien outpost, tension filled every human vessel. Kiro addressed the fleet over the comms. "Stay sharp, trust your training, and follow your instincts. Today, we strike with courage and unity. Show the galaxy that humans are not weak." Pilots nodded silently, gripping their controls. This was their moment to prove themselves. The humans executed a perfect ambush. June led his squadron around the asteroid belt, using it as cover. Hygiene's team flanked from another direction. Electromagnetic pulses fired from hidden positions disrupted the alien systems, causing confusion. The alien fleet, once confident, scrambled to respond. Human ships darted in and out of firing range, striking at weak points and then retreating before the aliens could counterattack. Captain Mina coordinated the attack from the command ship, directing movements with precision. She watched the alien outpost try to regroup but found it impossible. Every maneuver the humans had practiced worked exactly as planned. Hyun's enhancements and Sumin's modifications made the human ships faster, more agile, and harder to hit. The aliens were stunned. They had expected simple resistance, but humans had turned the tables completely. The battle was intense, with human ships weaving through the chaos. June targeted an enemy supply vessel, disabling its engines with a precise strike. Hygiene took out a communications array, cutting off the alien fleet's coordination. Every action was calculated, every attack timed perfectly. Kiro watched from the command ship, heart swelling with pride. Humans were fighting with bravery and intelligence, proving their worth in the galaxy. Meanwhile, the Alien Council received news of the ambush. General Lethar could not believe the reports. "They attacked with such strategy and precision," he exclaimed. The council members were shocked. Their earlier assumptions about human weakness were crumbling. They realized that humans were unpredictable and dangerous. Every new report added to their fear. Back in space, the humans continued to press their advantage. Small, coordinated strikes caused confusion and forced alien ships to retreat. Kiro ordered a controlled withdrawal after ensuring maximum damage. The humans had won without suffering heavy losses. Every pilot knew they had made a statement. Earth could fight back and win against the Council's fleets. June and Hygiene returned to the command ship, exhausted but proud. The fleet had executed a perfect operation. Kiro addressed them, praising their courage and skill. "Today, humans have shown the galaxy that we are strong and clever. This victory will be remembered." Pilots and crew shared a rare moment of celebration. It was a small respite before the next challenge, but it reinforced their confidence. On Earth, engineers and scientists analyzed the data collected during the strike. Hyun suggested new improvements for weapons and shields. Sumin studied alien patterns to anticipate future attacks. Kiro and Mina reviewed every detail, refining strategies for upcoming battles. The humans were learning quickly and adapting faster than the council could predict. Every operation made them stronger and more capable. The council, meanwhile, argued over the next course of action. Some members wanted immediate retaliation, while others feared provoking humans further. Lethar realized that underestimating Earth could lead to disaster. Humans were no longer a simple planet to conquer. They were a rising force that had begun to shape the galaxy in ways the Council had not expected. As night fell over Earth, Kiro stood on the observation deck of the command ship, looking at the stars. The first strike had been successful, but he knew the war was far from over. Humans had proven their strength, but the Council would respond with greater force. He turned to Mina. They thought we were weak. Now they know the truth. We must be ready for what comes next. Mina nodded, understanding the weight of their responsibility. Every human had become a part of something bigger, a force capable of challenging the galaxy's most powerful civilizations. The next day, the humans analyzed the captured data from the alien outpost. They discovered weaknesses in communication and coordination that could be exploited in future battles. Kiro and his officers developed new tactics to use these weaknesses effectively. Pilots like June and Hygiene trained tirelessly, preparing for the next engagement. Engineers like Hyun and scientists like Sumin worked around the clock, ensuring that the human fleet remained one step ahead. Earth had grown stronger not just in technology but in spirit. Humans had proven their ingenuity, courage, and unity. The fleet had shown that size and numbers were not everything. Strategy, adaptability, and teamwork gave humans an advantage that the aliens could not easily counter. The galaxy was beginning to take notice, and the humans of Earth were ready to continue their fight. Kiro addressed his officers one final time before the fleet dispersed to their stations. Remember, every battle is not just about ships and weapons. It is about thinking, planning, and working together. Humans are not weak. We are clever, determined, and united. The Council has learned a lesson today, and the galaxy will remember it. Prepare for the next strike. Our story is only beginning. The fleet moved in perfect formation, ready for whatever came next. June looked at the stars, feeling a mix of fear and excitement. He knew humans had won a critical battle, but the real war was yet to come. Hygiene sat beside him, sharing the same thoughts. The humans of Earth were no longer just survivors. They were warriors, ready to defend their planet and show the galaxy the true strength of humanity. The first strike was complete, and the stage was set for the larger battles ahead. The Council would soon learn that humans could not be ignored, and Earth's vengeance was only beginning. The galaxy was now aware that humans were not to be underestimated. Admiral Kiro stood on the bridge of the command ship, observing multiple alien fleets gathering in nearby systems. The Council was preparing a massive response to Earth strikes, but humans were ready. Captain Mina analyzed the reports and plotted the fastest paths for interception. Every officer knew that the coming battles would test their courage, strategy, and skill. June and Hygiene prepared their squadrons for deep space engagements. Each pilot had trained extensively for this moment. The humans could not match the aliens in numbers, but they had speed, precision, and intelligence on their side. Hyun and Sumin worked tirelessly to enhance the ship's shields and weapons. Hyun developed a new system that allowed multiple ships to share targeting data, increasing their efficiency in combat. Sumin improved energy weapons to disable alien warships without destroying them, allowing humans to control the battlefield. The humans moved to intercept the alien fleets. They knew that the Council's forces were larger and more advanced, but humans had something the aliens did not: adaptability and unity. Kiro addressed the fleet. Remember what we have learned from our previous battles. We must be smart, fast, and work together. Today, we defend Earth and show the galaxy the strength of humanity. Pilots and officers nodded, understanding the weight of the mission. The first engagement was intense. Alien warships launched attacks with precision, but humans had anticipated their movements. June's squadron executed rapid maneuvers, striking weak points and retreating before the aliens could respond. Hygiene coordinated flanking attacks, creating confusion among the enemy. Electromagnetic pulses and decoy ships disrupted alien systems, giving human ships the advantage despite being outnumbered. Mina directed the battle from the command ship, ensuring every squadron was coordinated. Kiro watched closely, making strategic decisions based on real-time updates. Every move was calculated to maximize efficiency and minimize risk. The humans demonstrated the combination of courage and intelligence that had become their signature strength. The aliens struggled to adapt, realizing that Earth's forces were unpredictable. On the alien side, General Lethar was frustrated. The Council had expected an easy victory, but humans were proving difficult. Ships that should have been destroyed were evading attacks and countering with precision. Other Council members urged caution, but Lethar insisted on pressing the attack. The humans' unexpected tactics were forcing the aliens to rethink their strategies. Humanity's cleverness was shaking the confidence of even the most powerful civilizations. During the engagement, human pilots carried out daring missions. June disabled an alien flagship's navigation system, while Hygiene intercepted reinforcements, preventing them from joining the main battle. Smaller human teams used guerrilla tactics in space, targeting supply ships and communications arrays. Every small victory had a large impact, weakening the aliens' coordination and morale. Kiro and Mina monitored the entire operation, adjusting strategies as the battle evolved. Back on Earth, civilians were still unaware of the scale of the conflict. However, the engineers and scientists continued their work, providing crucial support to the fleet. Hyun and Sumin analyzed battle data to improve future tactics. New ship designs and weapon modifications were implemented quickly, ensuring humans stayed ahead of the Council's plans. The humans' ability to adapt and improve rapidly was one of their greatest strengths. The war escalated as more alien fleets entered the battle. Humans continued to use clever strategies, striking where the aliens were weakest and retreating before counterattacks could succeed. Kiro made sure every pilot understood the importance of discipline and coordination. The humans were outnumbered, but their skill and teamwork allowed them to hold their own. Each engagement strengthened their confidence and tested their ingenuity. The Council convened to discuss the outcome of the ongoing battles. Lethar admitted that humans were no longer weak. Their fleets move with precision and intelligence, he said. We underestimated them, and it is costing us dearly. Other Council members began to realize that attacking Earth without careful planning could result in massive losses. The humans' unexpected strategies were making the galaxy rethink what power truly meant. Kiro and his officers devised plans to take advantage of the aliens' confusion. Using captured data from previous skirmishes, they identified key points to strike, weakening supply lines and communication channels. June and Hygiene carried out these missions with skill and bravery, demonstrating humanity's ability to adapt to any situation. Every successful mission increased the humans' control over the battlefield and morale. The fleet's combined efforts led to a decisive moment in one of the major engagements. Human ships disabled several alien command vessels, causing confusion and forcing a retreat. Kiro watched the outcome with satisfaction, knowing that humans had proven their capability. Mina coordinated the withdrawal to ensure minimal losses, and the fleet returned to regroup and prepare for the next confrontation. The humans had shown that strategy and unity could overcome sheer numbers. After the battle, the human fleet analyzed the data and planned for the next phase of the war. Every victory provided lessons for future engagements. Pilots, engineers, and scientists collaborated closely to implement improvements in tactics, technology, and coordination. Earth's forces had grown stronger with each encounter, while the Council struggled to adapt. Humans were not just surviving, they were shaping the course of the conflict. Kiro addressed his officers on the command ship. Today, we have proven that humans are a force to be reckoned with. The Council must now recognize our strength. We will continue to fight with intelligence, courage, and unity. Every battle teaches us something new. Our fight is not over, but our confidence grows with each victory. Mina, June, Hygiene, Hyun, and Sumin listened intently, understanding the responsibility and the hope in Kiro's words. As Earth rotated under the night sky, the human fleet stood ready for the next engagement. Every pilot and officer knew that the battles would continue to escalate, but they were prepared. Humans had learned, adapted, and grown stronger. They had proven that size and numbers alone did not determine the outcome of war. Strategy, intelligence, and unity were equally powerful. The humans of Earth had become more than a peaceful civilization. They were warriors, thinkers, and innovators. The Council had learned that underestimating humans was a grave mistake. The galaxy had begun to see Earth not as weak, but as a formidable force capable of shaping the future. Kiro looked at the stars, knowing that the real challenge was yet to come, but confident that humanity was ready to face it. Every member of the fleet understood that the fight was far from over, but each knew that together, humans could achieve what many thought impossible. The stage was set for the final confrontations, and Earth's strength was now undeniable. The humans of Earth had grown stronger with every battle. Admiral Kiro stood on the bridge of the command ship, looking at the galaxy that had once dismissed humanity as weak. Captain Mina updated him on the latest alien movements. The Council was gathering all its forces for a final push, but humans were ready. The fleet had learned, adapted, and become faster, smarter, and more unified. Every human aboard the ships understood that this might be the most important battle yet. June and Hygiene prepared their squadrons for a coordinated strike. Each pilot knew their role, and every maneuver had been planned with precision. Hyun and Sumin made last-minute adjustments to shields and weapons, ensuring every ship was at peak performance. Kiro addressed the fleet, his voice calm but strong. "We have fought with courage, intelligence, and unity. Today we will show the Council that humans are not weak. Stand together, fight smart, and defend our home. The galaxy will remember this day." Every officer and pilot felt a mix of fear and excitement, knowing the importance of the battle. The alien fleets advanced, confident that their numbers and power would overwhelm humans. But the humans had learned from every previous encounter. Using stealth maneuvers, decoys, and precise strikes, they disrupted the alien formations before they could organize. June's squadron attacked key targets, disabling command ships and cutting communications. Hygiene's team flanked the enemy, forcing them into confusion. Electromagnetic pulses and rapid attacks from hidden positions gave humans the upper hand. Captain Mina coordinated every move from the command ship, directing squadrons with quick calculations and strategic decisions. Kiro watched the unfolding battle, feeling proud of his crew. Humans fought with courage, intelligence, and precision. Alien warships that had once seemed invincible now struggled against the clever tactics of the humans. Every move showed the Council that Earth was no longer a weak planet. On the alien side, General Lethar grew frustrated. His fleets, once confident, were struggling. The Council realized that humans were unpredictable and adaptable. Ships that should have been destroyed were evading attacks and striking back with precision. Some Council members wanted to retreat, but Lethar insisted on pressing the fight. The humans' cleverness was shaking the foundation of the Council's confidence, forcing them to reconsider every strategy. The battle raged across several star systems. Humans struck supply lines, disabled communication arrays, and targeted key command ships. June disabled an alien flagship's engines, while Hygiene disrupted reinforcements. Hyun and Sumin monitored the battlefield, providing vital data that allowed the fleet to adapt in real time. Every small victory had a large impact, reducing the enemy's ability to coordinate and weakening their morale. Humans were proving that intelligence and teamwork were more powerful than numbers alone. Kiro ordered a decisive maneuver. Human ships converged on the alien command center, using every tactic learned from previous battles. Decoys lured enemy ships into traps, while the main fleet struck with precision. Alien forces tried to respond, but their communication systems were disrupted, and their formations were broken. The humans had turned the tide of the battle, showing the galaxy that they were a force to be reckoned with. After a fierce fight, the alien fleets began to retreat. Humans had inflicted significant damage while sustaining minimal losses. The victory was decisive. Kiro and Mina coordinated the withdrawal, ensuring every ship returned safely to regroup. The humans had proven themselves capable of facing overwhelming odds and emerging victorious. Every officer, pilot, engineer, and scientist felt the pride of accomplishment. Earth's strength was no longer a secret. Back on Earth, civilians celebrated small victories without knowing the full extent of the war. Engineers and scientists worked tirelessly to improve technology and strategy for future battles. Hyun suggested enhancements to weapons and shields based on the recent engagement, while Sumin analyzed enemy tactics to anticipate possible future threats. The humans of Earth had become a well-coordinated and intelligent force, capable of shaping the outcome of galactic conflicts. The council convened to discuss the outcome. Lethar admitted that underestimating humans had been a grave mistake. Other council members agreed that Earth was no longer weak. They realized that humans had strategy, adaptability, and unity, qualities that could challenge even the most powerful civilizations. The humans' unexpected abilities had shaken the council, forcing them to acknowledge the true strength of Earth. Hiro addressed his officers and crew after the battle. Today, we have shown the galaxy that humans are clever, brave, and united. We fought not just with ships and weapons, but with intelligence and strategy. The Council has learned that underestimating us is a mistake. We will continue to protect Earth and our allies, and humanity will be remembered as a strong and capable force. Mina, June, Haijin, Hyun, and Sumin listened intently, knowing that their actions had made history. As the human fleet returned to Earth orbit, the planet below looked peaceful and unaware of the war fought in the stars above. Hiro stood at the observation deck, looking at the galaxy that had once dismissed humanity. He thought about every officer, pilot, engineer, and scientist who had contributed to the victories. Humans had fought with courage, skill, and determination. They had shown that unity and intelligence could overcome any odds. The stage was set for a new era in which Earth would be respected and feared across the galaxy. June and Haijin looked at the stars, feeling pride and determination. They knew humans had proven themselves, but they also understood that vigilance and preparation would always be necessary. Hyun and Sumin continued their work, improving technology and preparing for future challenges. Every human had played a role in defending their planet and proving the true strength of humanity. Earth had emerged as a powerful force in the galaxy, no longer weak, no longer underestimated. Humans had defended their home with intelligence, strategy, and courage. The Alien Council had learned a critical lesson. Humans were capable, united, and dangerous when provoked. Hiro, Mina, June, Haijin, Hyun, Sumin, and every member of the fleet had shown that the spirit of humanity was unstoppable. The galaxy would never look at Earth the same way again. Humans had struck back, and their vengeance was complete. The story of Earth's rise to strength would be remembered for generations. A tale of courage, intelligence, and unity in the vast expanse of space.